Everybody please put a thumb in the air.
1, 2, 3, 4. Crazy ass kids coming knock up on your door, so
He's gone! He's out! Get out, ball! Let's go! Let's go!
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
So I know that looked all cool and fun, but unfortunately this video is about how terrible Houston was. So obviously by the title of the video, you guys are probably wondering how I got into a fight at Houston. That'll come up in a second. My first impressions were mostly fine. I got a few people heckling me like nicely about me wearing an A's jersey in Houston. And even by the time I got to my seat, I had a few people around me ask me like how it was like to go to games in Oakland. But honestly, I thought I was gonna be fine. I know a lot of people don't really get along with Astros fans just because of the past, but I really thought I was gonna be fine. I ended up meeting a friend there super unexpectedly, so I had to get him a ticket very last second, and it ended up not being next to mine. I guess when I got his ticket, I thought I was in the right section. Ended up being the completely wrong section. But anyways, my friend went to get some food and I went to go to my seat. I wanted to get the start of the game. It was very long lines to get food. And like right before first pitch, like really right before first pitch, this couple walks up to me and they tell me I'm in the wrong seat. First of all, I wasn't in the wrong seat. I had seats 11 and 10, but my glove was in their seat, which was 10. But I had genuinely thought that I had bought that seat 10. I was trying to tell him that, no, my friend's sitting here. And this girl looked at me and she looked pissed, and she pulled up her tickets and she showed me, and she actually did have that seat. So I was a little confused and I didn't really know what to do. I was like, well, clearly something's going on here. So my first reaction is to ask the people next to me and be like, hey, what section is this? And it was the right section I was supposed to be in. And as I was talking to the people on my right, the lady who was pissed said, no, you're just trying to steal people's seats. And I assured her, I was like, no, I'm sorry, it's my first time here. I'm sure I just did something wrong, but this is my seat 11 right here. And I was trying to apologize. I was being very nice. And mind you, these people are like 45, 50. She started like mocking me and like really just being super childish. So I just sit down and I go to text my friend to send me his ticket so I can figure out what's going on. And she sits down too. There's silence for like a second. And then she goes, you're really just trying to take people's seats. This is Houston. You can't do this here. Something like that. Something stupid. So again, I'm still trying to be nice. I was like trying to assure her, no, I'm not trying to take your seat. I must have done something wrong. Like, I'm sorry. My friend was supposed to be sitting here. I don't really know what happened. And at this point, she starts cussing, saying she doesn't care. I'm lying. I'm all this. I'm all that. And I go like, look, you got to calm down. This is not my fault. Like, I'm sorry. It's my first time here. I'm not trying to start anything. She continues to cuss me out, like every single word she can say. Mind you, people behind me and to the right of me both have kids. And basically, I kind of thought she was doing this because I'm an A's fan. I'm wearing Steven Vogt's jersey, and I'm like, look, just because I'm an A's fan doesn't mean I'm trying to take your seats. And she lost it. She really did not like that. Don't really know why that was that big of a deal, but she hated that I said that. She starts going like, I don't care, you're an effing A's fan. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to do? This is Houston. I don't even care. Like, I'm not even looking at her. I'm on my phone. I'm not paying attention. And she's like trying to look at me, like trying to get in my face almost. And I'm looking at my phone and I just feel like a fat drop of water hit my face. And I'm not talking like a drop of water. Like it felt like she spit on me. And I turn at her and she's yelling at me still. And she's like, spit is coming out of her mouth and going on me. But it felt like she intentionally just straight up spit on me. So I turn to her and I go, you got to stop spitting on me. You got to stop spitting on me. And at this point, like, I'm not like nice. I'm not being nice anymore. I'm just like, you got to stop spitting on me. And she goes, do you want me to get security? And I'm like, yeah, go get them. I'm not doing anything wrong here. Maybe they can help me find my other seat because I can't get my friend to respond. And honestly, I was hoping the security would come down there and see that they're yelling at me and I'm not doing anything wrong. So mind you, first pitch has already happened. We're a couple pitches into the game, and we're standing up, and we're blocking the people's view. So I sit down, and the husband comes sits next to me. And it's kind of awkward. We have a little bit of silence, and I turn to him after a few pitches, and I go, hey, man, I'm really sorry. I'm really not trying to do anything. Actually, what I said was, I'm not trying to cause any problems. And he turned to me and looked at me, and he went, if you want problems, we can have problems. And at this point, I look up and I see the security coming down from the top of the section. So I stand up. He stands up right after saying this. And I'm like, I'm not trying to cause anything. And he grabs my arm. Like, he grabs, like, my shirt. Not my arm, but he grabs, like, my shirt. He grabs my shirt and he says something to me. I actually don't remember because I was so astonished that he grabbed me. And he lets go of me as security comes down. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, what just happened? So the security comes over and everybody sits down and they kind of point at me and tell me to leave. And I'm like, well, I didn't do anything. She's like, yeah, look, I just want to talk to you over here. I'm like, okay. So I go over there and I end up going to the top of the section to talk to the security along with police officers for some reason. And I explained everything to them and I was trying to tell them what was happening. And this is an exaggeration. There was probably 3 different groups of people that came up to back up my story, to tell the security that they were being terrible, that they were cussing me out, that they were threatening me, that the girl was spitting on me. I had probably 6 people there backing me up from like 3 different sides of the section. And as we're all talking to security, the couple comes back up while I'm talking to them, while the other people are talking to them, and they interrupt all of us and they just start calling us all liars. And it was pretty obvious that they were drunk. Like, they had like 3 empty beer cans each with them and, you know, whatever. But yeah, they're just like yelling at me and not letting me tell my side of the story, saying that I accused them of not liking me because I'm an A's fan or something. It was all bad. I kind of responded to that and I was like, you know, I don't really know. I didn't really mean anything by that. It's just like, I'm the only A's fan here. And the husband came up to me, like walked forward to me in front of the security, in front of the police officers, kind of like almost like he's going to grab me again. And one of the police officers stuck his arm in and like held him back. But at this point, they separated us and the head of security came over and started talking to me. And I had to repeat the whole story to him. It didn't really seem like he believed me, which was kind of weird just because this whole situation happened and there was a lot of witnesses and he just didn't seem like he believed me. So after a long time of like a back and forth, he said something to me. He said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 19. And he said, "I know how you kids are." I guess he's like trying to imply that I started it or something because I'm a kid. I don't even know. But he ended up giving me 2 options. He said, I can either go back to my seat and enjoy the game, or I can go sit up in the nosebleeds. And this was just after I was spit on and grabbed, and I had told them this. Still, he didn't really believe me. And he kind of cuts me off and says, look, you have 2 options. Pick one. But if something happens when you go down to your seat, if you guys start arguing again, you're all getting kicked out. And I'm trying to tell him, like, look, I was down there not really doing anything wrong, and they started something. So if I go down there again, they're going to start something, and it's not fair if I get kicked out for not doing anything wrong. And straight up, the dude just starts walking away. And then I go, look, how am I supposed to get up into the nosebleeds? If they check my ticket and they say, where's your ticket? And I show them the ticket I have for the other section, what do I do? And I was like, can I use your name or something? Or are they going to know? Like, I'd rather go sit up in the nosebleeds so I can watch the rest of this game than go down there and probably get kicked out for doing nothing wrong. And he basically told me, no, you can't use my name. Figure it out. And he left. It's pretty unfortunate that this guy just didn't believe me, and I ended up having to go sit in the top deck. I tried going over to fan accommodations, and they kept me there for 5 innings, and really all they did is they got me a ticket for the top deck. But at the end of the day, I got no refund, I got no apology, and I really didn't get any help with figuring things out. And it really has discouraged me to make more videos just because I flew halfway across America to make some videos in Houston, and I really wanted to be able to look back and watch a good video from Houston, but unfortunately that's just not the case. A little bit of good came out of it though. The A's won and I got to have a good time at the end.
Let's go! Lot of baby!